XRP futures ETF that is launching on NASDAQ, and the Patrick Davidson multi-billionaire announcing publicly that XRP will facilitate over $1.25 quadrillion, and as a result, hit that market cap, bringing XRP into the thousands of dollars. Now, as we talk about XRP, it is pumping. Obviously, we've seen Bitcoin hit an all-time high last week. We've seen a retracement now, but things are still looking great. What this means is that there's not a better time for you to get your free XRP now. This is your chance. Get yourself free XRP. Just simply comment XRP in the comment section, subscribe to the channel with your best notifications, like the video, and then sign up and upload using my link in the description and do a transaction. Literally, the whole process takes less than 5 minutes. It's free money, so you might as well just go ahead, collect it, and get it. With that being said, let's get right into the video. So XRP is currently sitting at $2.36 after a major retracement, which just a couple hours ago, we've seen over $100 million liquidated in literally minutes, and then an additional $20 billion liquidated from the crypto market, a couple hours later. This was as a result of tariffs between the United States and the global economic systems. Today, our topic is XRP. And really, while the rest of the market's in the red, XRP can still go in the green. In fact, we've seen it do these situations where it rebounds higher than previous, skyrockets to an all-time high, while the rest of the market is in the red. But really what we want to focus on is the trillions of dollars that are going to go into the XRP ledger. In fact, Business Consultant says X on the XRP ledger, publicly announcing, literally, I think this is like maybe 12 hours ago, that the real estate tokenization on the XRP ledger testing will commence in the coming days. Our team will conduct pressure tests to confirm that over $654.39 trillion can in fact be facilitated on the XRP ledger. This will be carried out through a series of small high-value test transactions. They'll also test the real token, which is built on the XRP ledger to evaluate its speed and efficiency in preparation for the upcoming official launch. Additionally, RealFi has initiated discussions with multiple institutions to support the approval of both Real and XRP as payment options. Stay tuned for more updates. RealFi is leading the path. In fact, they're the first ever real estate tokenization project that is handling from rent to real estate, allowing one cryptocurrency for over $654 trillion in real estate. This means that with the launch of RealFi, they're going to be unlocking the ability for individuals to literally buy real estate with XRP or the real token, pay their rents using XRP or the real token, and all of this is obviously unlocking trillions of dollars onto the XRP ledger. We're talking about tokenizing the entire real estate infrastructure, which is something that they have talked about, Ripple has talked about, but now institutions are doing it, in fact, on the XRP ledger. So this is obviously massive. And we can expect that in the next couple of days, as the RealFi test these massive pressure tests, to see XRP price glitches. We've seen it before, guys. Here's some examples of the price glitches. An example here is on Crypto.com, where XRP price glitched over $247 at a time where there was sudden mass volume that occurred. But it's also happened on Binance, it's happened on Gemini, and all of these situations have one thing in common. While it may seem like a price glitch, it was in reality XRP's price skyrocketing momentarily to these massive numbers. In fact, Gemini has confirmed it themselves, announcing publicly that Gemini has seen XRP at $50, and when it occurred due to the very low supply of the XRP token, but very high demand all at once, triggering that massive spike up. But as a result, Gemini ended up halt trading, reverting transactions, getting more XRP and filling those orders, and thus the price ended up stabilizing. But the concept here is we may actually end up seeing this in the next couple of days as testing due to RealFi will occur, and obviously that may actually again assist in propping up the price of XRP to those massively high numbers. Now, as we talk about all of this happening, and again we're getting a lot of things happening at the same time, like we were talking about, we got to see this. This is the Federal Reserve Bank announcing that now they have unlocked and allowed the ability for banks to actually use crypto, including XRP. This was something that was a no-go just a couple months ago, but now is happening. And there's one cryptocurrency that has clear clarity, one cryptocurrency meant for banks, one cryptocurrency that is being used by institutions, that being XRP. And Federal Reserve has actually mentioned XRP on multiple occasions. Here's a clip from David Antoflotti, which says that the U.S. Federal Reserve would delegate payment transaction settlement to a third party like Ripple if they didn't want it to do it themselves. And again, this is massive news because you're not getting a random individual, but you're getting somebody that is at the US Reserve, works at the US Reserve, literally talking about XRP, emphasizing XRP, and saying that they may use it. Now, XRP is a key player as part of even the crypto reserve that the Federal Reserve is implementing, a crypto reserve which will consist of American cryptocurrencies. Leading the path of American cryptocurrencies is clear. It is XRP, is the largest market cap token from all of them, and it's the one with the closest relation to the federal government right now, specifically with this administration. All of this is very bullish. Obviously, all of this shows us the real value of XRP, and that XRP is globalizing at a massive scale, even in not just America, but globally, in the Middle East, in Europe, in Asia. XRP's presence is expanding. Ripple's presence is expanding, and it's unlocking billions of dollars in the process, and it's all flowing into the XRPL. So I want you guys to listen to this clip closely. Just listen to this. I think it's extremely important.
Cryptocurrency guidance. This is interesting, guys, because the Fed said it was withdrawing supervisory letters that said that banks should seek advance approval from authorities before engaging in crypto asset and stablecoin activities. In addition, the Fed, the FDIC, and the Office of the Controllers of the Currency pulled back statements from 2023 that urged banks to be careful when it comes to crypto-related risks. During the 2024 campaign for the White House, President Trump promised crypto investors that he would have their backs if he was reelected. In a statement announcing the latest changes, the Fed said that regulators would look into whether new guidance to support crypto asset innovation was appropriate. But it means effectively that I think a lot of those letters had scared the banking system sort of out of getting meaningfully involved in crypto, and now they're saying, do what you like.
Here's the question. I mean, because it's the Fed doing that, it's not like an executive order where it's going to get whipsawed if another administration comes in 4 years, I would assume. But again, the politicization of it probably has some things a little concerned about whether the winds would change again at some point. I guess maybe it's better because it's coming from the Fed.
Well, I think part of it's coming from the Fed, and it sounded like part of it was coming from
the administration. That's what I don't understand. This was part of the campaign promises to do these things. Again, businesses just don't like getting whipsawed by changes in administrations that lead to huge changes in policy.
I don't know if this means that all of a sudden you're going to go to your local Chase on the corner and be taking Bitcoin. But you can't take Bitcoin.
Look, I guess it does feel very different. It does feel very different in that crypto is becoming much more widely accepted, and maybe if they can get more regulation that kind of cements that, maybe it would make the banks feel a little better about it.
I mean, look, we used to interview Janet Yellen, and she would always talk to you about the risks of it. By the way, Jamie Dimon would talk to you about the risks of it. So I don't know.
Transaction. I mean, this is literally free money. It takes less than 5 minutes, so I definitely recommend you just take that 5 minutes because you never know what XRP's price may be. And again, I'm not a financial advisor. It's not financial advice. Always do your own research. I'm not emphasizing for you to buy XRP or buy any crypto, in fact. But what I am telling you is you want to spend your time, look into it, and do your research. And again, sign up using my link in the description, do a transaction to get yourself up to $100 worth of free money, which is a free opportunity. As well as, don't forget to follow RealFi on X/Twitter to know all the latest news about tokenizing real estate and the $654 trillion that is coming onto the XRP ledger. They're also going to be launching the real token, which is extremely bullish, and the potential for that is really going from zero to thousands of dollars instantaneously. So I recommend dropping a follow on them on X. With that all being said,